New York, 1952. A clothing factory on the edge of the city. 50 workers. Long hours. Low pay. Difficult conditions. Everyone complained. Every single day. Maria complained about her sore back. John complained about his small salary. Robert complained about the long hours. Susan complained about the old machines. Complain. 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 That was the daily routine. But there was one man who never complained. Not even once. His name was Samuel. He was the oldest worker there. 65 years old. He worked in the corner, quietly fixing broken machines. Everyone thought he was strange. Why did he never complain? Did he not feel tired? Did he not need more money? One day, a young worker named David asked him directly. David was 20 years old. Always angry. Always complaining about everything. David walked up to Samuel and said, "Old man, why do you never complain? We all work hard. We all deserve better. But you just smile and work. Why?" Samuel looked up from his machine. He smiled gently. "Because complaining changes nothing, young man. But work changes everything." David laughed. "That is foolish. If we do not complain, the boss will never improve anything." Samuel nodded. "Maybe. But let me tell you something I learned 50 years ago." The lesson from his father. Samuel put down his tools and sat on a wooden box. David sat beside him, curious now. Samuel began his story. "When I was your age, I worked with my father in the coal mines. It was the hardest work you can imagine. Dark. Dangerous. Dirty. Men died there regularly. Everyone complained constantly. They complained about the danger, about the darkness, about the low pay. They complained so much that the mine felt even darker. But my father never complained. Not once. I asked him the same question you asked me. 'Why do you not complain, Papa?' He said something I will never forget. He said, 'Son, complaining uses the same energy as working. But complaining gives you nothing. Working gives you everything.'" David frowned. "But what about justice? What about demanding better?" Samuel smiled. "There is a difference between complaining and demanding. Complaining is just noise. It makes you feel better for 5 minutes, but nothing changes. Demanding is different. Demanding requires action, not just words." My father showed me the difference. Instead of complaining about the darkness, he saved money and bought better lamps. Instead of complaining about the danger, he learned safety better than anyone. Instead of complaining about the pay, he worked so well that they promoted him. He never wasted energy on words. He used all his energy on action. And slowly his life changed. The challenge. David thought about this. "But Samuel, you have been here for 20 years. You are still fixing machines. You are still poor. Where is the change?" Samuel laughed warmly. "You think change always means money? Let me show you something." He stood up and walked to the wall. There was a photo there. A young man in a graduation gown, smiling proudly. "That is my son. He graduated from university last year. He is now an engineer. Do you know how he went to university?" David shook his head. "Because I never wasted energy complaining. Every penny I saved, I gave to his education. Every hour, I did not spend feeling sorry for myself. I spent helping him study. Every moment, I chose work over complaints. I invested in his future. If I had spent 20 years complaining like the others, I would have achieved nothing. But I chose silent consistency instead. And look at the result." David was silent. He had never thought about it this way. Samuel continued. "Complaining feels good. I know. It feels like you're doing something. Like you're fighting back. But it is a lie. Complaining is like rocking in a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it gets you nowhere. The others complain every day. But what has changed for them? Nothing. They are still here. Still angry. Still stuck. Why? Because they spend their energy on noise instead of progress." 3 months later, something happened that proved Samuel's point perfectly. The factory owner came to visit. He was a wealthy man who rarely came to the factory floor. But that day, He needed someone to fix an important machine urgently. He asked the supervisor, "Who is the best worker here? Who can fix this quickly and quietly without drama?" Every supervisor said the same name, Samuel. The owner watched Samuel work.
No plans. No excuses.
No drama, just skill and focus. After Samuel fixed the machine in 30 minutes, the owner asked him, "How long have you worked here?" 20 years, sir. "And I have never heard your name before. Why?" Samuel smiled. "Because I work, sir. I do not make noise. Noise gets attention, but work gets results." The owner was impressed. "I need someone like you to train new workers. Will you do it? I will pay you double." Samuel accepted.
Just like that.
20 years of silent consistency paid off in one conversation. The other workers were shocked. Maria said, "But I have worked here for 15 years. Why him?" The supervisor said simply, "Because he works. You complain." Silent consistency is not about being weak. It is not about accepting injustice. It is about choosing where to put your energy. Complaining feels powerful, but it makes you weaker. Every complaint drains your energy. Every complaint keeps you stuck in victim mode. Every complaint focuses on the problem instead of the solution. Silent consistency feels quiet, but it makes you stronger. Every day you choose work over complaints, you build power. Every day you choose action over noise, you move forward. Every day you choose results over drama, you become unstoppable. The world is full of complainers. They are loud. They are everywhere. But they never rise. They stay stuck, wondering why nothing changes. But the silent workers? They rise quietly. They build quietly. They win quietly. And one day, everyone asks, how did they succeed? The answer is always the same. They worked while others complained. Right now, you have a choice. You can complain about your job, your salary, your situation. It will feel good for 5 minutes. Then nothing will change. Or you can be like Samuel. Save your energy. Use it for building, not complaining. Use it for progress, not pity. Your life will not change because you complain louder. It will change because you work smarter, stay consistent, and choose action over noise. Complaining is easy. Consistency is hard. But only one of them creates real change. Choose wisely. The world does not reward the loudest. It rewards the most consistent.